Right then, apple season has officially started, so don't go and buy any apples at this time of year. Get outside, go and pick them from the trees in the parks or in the woods or wherever you see them. I've just found these on a little bit of like wasteland almost, and I'm going to do, over the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to come up with as many apple recipes as I can, more about preserving the apple, but of course you can just eat them as they are, or make some delicious desserts or cakes from them, etc. But the first recipe I'm going to do is a haw and apple jelly. And I always feel a bit awkward saying the word haw, but what I mean by haw is the hawthorn berry, and it's H-A-W, and it's spelt that way. So the first thing I want to do is pick some haws. I'm going to use the apples, not only to give the jelly flavour, but they're going to help to set it with that added pectin content. So let's flip the camera and have a look. So these now are absolutely stunning. You can just see the beautiful colour. But if I was to pick one and squish it, you can see how soft that is. So it means I'm going to extract as much of that pulp and flavour as possible. You can eat them at this stage, and I'll eat one in a moment, but they've got a bizarre waxy kind of avocado-like texture to it. And they don't really taste of much. You need to cook them to activate any sort of flavour really, which is kind of apple-like, cooked apples, kind of slightly bitter, sweet, sour. There's a lot going on when you start to cook it. So I'm going to start picking some. Literally just pull them off like that. I've got a bit of a head start in the basket, and I've already picked my apples to go with it. And I'm looking at picking about 500 grams of the haws and 500 grams of apples to complete this recipe. So the hawthorn berries or haws, you can eat them like this. They have got a stone in the middle. So I tend to suck all the pulp and goodness. They're packed full of vitamin C, but you can make tonics from these. They're really good for the heart and circulation and so on. But I'm making the jelly, but you can also make like ketchups from them, jams, etc. That sort of thing. Boil them down. But you got that stone. So that's why cooking them for a jelly or a jam helps, because you can boil them up at the start and then rub the pulp through the sieve and capture all of these stones. But I'm just going to eat a few more, just to get my vitamin C hitting. And actually they're quite nice when they're at this stage and they're squishy and ripe. They're actually quite pleasant. But anyway, get picking your haws, get picking your apples, and I'll meet you in about 2 days time with a delicious recipe.